trying a little bit of a different setup today. I'm gonna try standing instead of sitting for right now, at least. I'm trying to get the lighting figured out, and I have really good outside light, but I don't know, it doesn't seem to be right for our stream, so I'm trying different lighting. So welcome on in. I'm gonna give a second for my loves to get here. At least my mama. I'm at least gonna wait for my mama to show up, and we're gonna get into it. Oh my gosh, today is gonna be such a good huddle. I'm so excited to present this to you. Today we are gonna be talking about something that I think can really be a powerful change in your life, and it can happen lickety split. And I think you're going to be surprised with some of the facts and some of the things that I am able to share with you today. So I'm going to try to bring up, for some reason, I don't see the live showing up in my, on my laptop. I like to have the, view my channel. Maybe that's what I have to do. Okay, I see somebody's here. We're going to go. It's Melanie. Mwah! Good morning. I literally was texting people like 2 minutes before I knew I had to start, and I didn't get you a text, and you're here anyway. I love my life. How blessed am I? You're my favorite. I love you. So happy to see you here. Healthy hair is here. Hi, baby. Happy healthy Sunday to you too. Melanie says pretty in pink. Thank you, my love. I'm so excited to be here. I actually did my colors a couple weeks ago, and I found out that this orchid kind of pink is better for me because I'm a dark winter. We can get into that. Oh no, I'm a dark autumn. We'll get into that another time. Okay, now that I have my babes here, I want to talk to you about our topic today, which is going to be really special. I hope it just makes you as magnificent as you ever want to be in your life, exponentially more all the time. Okay, so what we're talking about today is main character energy, and I'm going to give you a special technique around main character energy. This is the just decide technique. That is my own thing that I just came up with, but I'm calling it the just decide technique because it really is, there's a powerful thing in just deciding certain things. But before we do that, I wanted to remind y'all, please take a couple minutes after I speak, when we're done with our huddle together, to just really focus on yourself and your health. Make this your Sunday ritual. Think about how you want to feel, how you want to live, what you've done that you love, what you'd like to do that you haven't done. Really take this time to pour into you. Even if it's just 5 minutes, set a little 5-minute alarm on your phone. And when I'm done talking, contemplate what was said here, take whatever is great out of it. And there will be a link a few minutes after I post the live. I definitely will put a link for a handout that I'll talk about here that might be a really great tool for you to use. So this is your Sunday ritual. You are a part of this community, which is something I wanted to emphasize. If you're here on this Sunday, if you're here on Sundays and you show up for this, you are a person with healthy habits. You have a healthy habit support community. You're a part of us. You're one of us. You care about yourself. You care about being healthy, being positive, being whole. This is a part of your identity. If you want to take it, it is here for you, and it's true. We are a community. We're here together. So put that in your identity cap, and just know that you're the type of person who belongs to a healthy habits club. So be about that. Let's see here. You like the button? Oh, hit the like button. Gosh darn it to heck yes. Absolutely hit that like button. I appreciate you, baby. She says, oh my gosh, Melanie says I'm on the treadmill. Yes, girl, get those steps in, work that body, get that oxygen, breathe through your nose, your muscles, your cells. Everybody's thanking you, and we are here cheering you on. I love that. I love to be that. Katie says, a therapy. It might be therapeutic, doll. Welcome. Oh, thank you so much, Texas Holler. Wait till you get into this topic that we're going to have today. Before we talk about the technique, the just decide technique for main character energy, I want to remind you that last week we talked about clutter, and I want to hear if anybody, we were talking about taking back your power in your space, and I want to hear if anybody had any clutter liberation experiences, or you did something healthy, or you're being like Melanie and you're on a treadmill, or you got some extra steps in. Anything healthy that happened in your life between last week and this week, if you want to drop it in the chat, I'm going to give you a big ol' heck yes. Good job, good job, good job. So let me know about that. We will get into that in just 1 second. So, all right. Today we are talking about reclaiming your identity or reinventing yourself, however you want to do it, through main character energy. And I'm using that term main character energy because it's something that people talk about. It's been a trending term for a few years. But I want to discuss a certain aspect of it today and give you tools. And I created some stuff here that you're going to love that can be really applicable to your life. So I just want to say that even though I'm a person who's into personal development and self-improvement and all that, that's a journey that can take time and evolution and healing. But there is a huge part of main character energy that can happen in a split second. a just decide kind of a moment. And you have that power. So I just want you to take a breath through your nose, get all that N1O1 going, and just say that either out loud or to yourself, and really let that sink in, that I can just decide. Like, you have the power to just decide things. You can decide in an instant, and that can be your truth from that point going forward. So it doesn't always have to be gradual. So, all right, we're going to talk about first things first. Let's define main character energy. It's just essentially about being the intentional author of your story and not being a side character in your own life. That's kind of the basic idea about main character energy. But I want to emphasize that you don't become someone new by accident. It really is something that you can embody, you decide about, and you can act like that right now, and you can change right in this second. So here's an identity shift cue that you can give yourself as your own coach. You can just decide, I'm the kind of person who, and then fill in the blank. I'm the kind of person who takes care of themselves even when no one is looking. I'm the kind of person who drinks enough water. I'm the kind of person who wraps their hair before they go to bed. I'm the kind of person who treats people with dignity. I'm the kind of person who, you see what I'm saying? Like, you can just decide and cue yourself. Oh, I'm not that kind of person. Oh, I'm that kind of person. I notice I do this with myself when I start like an eating plan. Like if I'm not eating sugar or something and I go past a vending machine, I go, oh God, I don't eat that. Oh God. I may have 2 days before that been munching. I might have been sitting in the car, eating those peanut butter, chocolate, little Reese's Pieces type of things that they sell at Trader Joe's. I may have had a bag of those a couple days ago. But once I decided I'm not doing that, I don't eat that. I just tell myself, and I just act accordingly, and my body goes, oh God, yeah, we don't eat that. So there are little tricks and things that you can do just like that. Hi, Gianna, how are you? Chroma's here, get in here, baby. Mwah. You're the star of my life. Happy to see you. Okay, so just remember that one cue. You can just decide that you are the kind of person who does whatever or doesn't do whatever. Because 80% of the time, I really do think the 80-20 rule applies here to this main character energy idea. 80% of the time, you can just decide. You can decide you deserve better. You can decide you're not dealing with that. You can decide you want to change your mind. You can just say, well, I am the author of my life, and I'm just deciding right now. Now, I'm going to get into some of the, thank you for the hearts. I'm sending them right back to you. Big hearts, big hearts, big hearts. Hi, Amy. Welcome in. Hi, Livy. Good to see you. She says, say hi, Liz. Hi, Liz. Good to see you, Levy. We're talking about how to use the just decide technique for main character energy, which has to do with just using, now I'm going to give you the anatomy of this. There's your mind. Well, I'm pointing to my head. There's your mind, which is your consciousness or your awareness. That's one part of yourself. Then there's your physical brain in your head, another part of yourself, okay? And we're going to talk about the difference between those two parts. It's going to become crucial, and you're going to be shocked at what people have been able to find out about this. So I'm talking to you about deciding. We're talking about using your will to do something. So to substantiate this, I want to talk to you a little bit about a book I read called The Mind, which we just discussed, the mind, the awareness, the consciousness, and the brain. So the book was by, I think, James Schwartz. He is out of UCLA, a neuropsychiatrist out of UCLA, and he wrote a book called The Mind and the Brain. So the key idea from that is that your brain is a physical organ, but your mind or your awareness is the observer. So something that you can use your mind, your will, your consciousness to change your physical brain. What? You can do brain surgery on yourself. Change the structures of your brain, your physical brain in your head, la cabeza. You can change that using your will, just deciding. And we're going to get into that in just a second. Healthy says, I decluttered my plastic containers. Oh yes, I decluttered my plastic containers in my kitchen. Now I have only glass Pyrex dishes. Girl, you bougie and you classy, and I love it. Okay, no more plastic seeping into my food. Amen to that. No more 1,000 plastic lids falling out. Oh my gosh, that is an absolute victory, girl. I need a bell to go like ding, 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 ding. Congratulations and good job on that, my love. That is an achievement. That is an absolute victory. I'm so happy to hear about you leveling up in that way. That is excellent. I'm very, very pleased with that. So our declutter session is right on point. Miss Healthy Hair Riddles over there, winning with a capital dub. I love that. Okay, so how do you change the shape of your brain, change your actual physical brain structures By using your will, by using your power to decide, by using your mind. Well, this doctor, James Schwartz, did this. This psychiatrist, he did this with patients who had obsessive compulsive disorder. So these are people who are kind of plagued by intrusive thoughts. Like they'll wash their hands once and they'll walk away from the sink and they'll be like, I need to wash my hands again, like this compulsion. And there are certain parts of their brain that through repetitive action, neurons that fire together, wire together kind of idea, through that repetitive action of getting this intrusive thought and then responding to it, and getting the intrusive thought and responding to it, they had built really strong structures in their brains that kept them looping, kept them stuck in this loop. And he taught them a 4-step process that I will share with you, and then we're going to adapt it for ourselves. He taught them a 4-step process to triumph, like Miss Healthy Hair did over those plastic containers, to triumph over the intrusive thoughts and gain control of their life back. Because these people were like not able to leave the house because they have to go back 16, 17, 18 times to check the lock. Like they were really being controlled by these thoughts. But he taught them a 4-step process to get out of that loop, to jump out of that loop and to create new neural connections, new neurons firing together, new neurons wiring together. And they were able to do imaging to see how these certain structures in their brain, how thick they were and how they were lighting up before he intervened and taught them this mindfulness practice. And then they also measured them and looked at the pictures after. And the physical brain structures had changed based on these mindfulness practices. So you can do this. They did it. We can do it. I'm going to teach you the 4 steps that he had them do, and I'm going to teach you 4 steps that you can do so that you can use this to reinvent yourself. You can decide that you are a new person in whatever aspect of your life. You are the main character, and I'm going to give you 4 steps to do that, and maybe even change the whole structure of your brain so you don't have to be so intentional about it after a while. It'll just become habit because it will be hardwired in. Hi, Jay. Hi, Alicia. How are you, my love? Happy to see you. Good to see you. Okay. So where are we with this? So with regard to your main character energy, we're just going to become the person. We're going to have the mindset, and we're going to develop the brain matter and the neural connections to be a person who you're just the person who does it. You become that person. Okay, so reinvention is always available. Okay, so where are my 4 steps? The 4 steps that the doctor used, that Dr. Schwartz used to change the brains of his patients were recognize. Number 1, these are the people who had the OCD, and then we're going to adapt this for you to reinvent yourself and get your main character energy hardwired into your brain. First step was to recognize. So what they did in their experiment, the first step is to recognize, number 1, this isn't me. This is just a thought. Remember, mind is you, the observer, your consciousness. Brain is what's throwing thoughts and actions out at you, right? So the first step, recognize. Number 1, this isn't me, this is just a thought. Step number 2 out of 4, remind yourself, my brain learned this. I, as the observer, as the consciousness, can teach my brain something new. Step 1, recognize this isn't me, it's just a thought. Step number 2, remind yourself that your brain learned it and you can teach it something new. Step number 3, refocus. Wait a minute, let me, here it comes, decide, like we talked about, let me decide. Let me show who my brain is. Let me show my brain who I am now. I've decided who I am. Let me show my brain who I am. And then step number 4 is reclaim. So reclaim yourself. That thought doesn't run me anymore. Reclaiming your power. So those 4 steps that Dr. Schwartz used again to create use neuroplasticity to help people basically do brain surgery on themselves non-invasively is recognize it's not you, it's just a thought. Remind yourself that your brain learned it and you can teach yourself something new. Refocus by saying, let me show my brain who I am now. And reclaim by saying, like, essentially, I'm reclaiming my power. That thought doesn't run me anymore. So that's what Dr. Schwartz did. Here is what we're going to do. Here are our 4 R's, and there's going to be a link after I post this. It'll take like 5-10 minutes. After I post this, there's going to be a link underneath, and you'll be able to download these 4 steps that you can use to reinvent yourself, to become that main character, to just decide, have 4 steps to apply to that decision-making process, so it'll make it easier for you to teach your brain and rewire yourself and just invent the new version of you that you want. And you can constantly do this. We have neuroplasticity. Our brains are growing and changing throughout our whole life, and we're always experiencing something new, and there's always something else to desire and to become and to explore and to enjoy. So here are our 4 R's. The 4 R's for reinventing yourself, baby. This is going to be a powerful mind shift tool that you'll be able to download. First one of our 4 R's is recognize. This isn't me, it's just a thought. You remember that one? So for instance, you can catch yourself in a self-limiting belief, self-doubt, or old identity, and you start seeing that story arise and just say, wait a minute, I can notice this because I'm the mind. I'm not this whole story or these thoughts. So the first step is recognize it. Wait, this isn't me. This is just a thought. So the main character move would be to pause and observe it like a narrator. You're not the story. You are the author. You're the one writing it, okay? So step one, recognize. Wait a minute, something's going on that I don't like in my story. Pause. I'm the author of this story. I'm the narrator. I get to decide. The second step is to remind yourself, again, my brain learned this, I can teach it something new. So this isn't some soul level truth, whatever this identity is that you've had. It's not who you are, it's who you have learned to be, and you're learning to be someone else now. So don't judge it, of course. And step number 3 that we're doing, refocus. Let me show my brain who I am now. So what that means is you're going to take some kind of aligned action in this. So do something your new self would do. I've decided I'm new. So like I was giving you that example earlier, I'm walking by that candy machine. I don't do that, right? That kind of things. I follow through because I decided to. I'm the kind of person who follows through. I'm the kind of person who forgives herself. I'm the kind of person who's not afraid to start over. I'm the kind of person who fill in the blank, right? You can just decide you want to be that new kind of person. I'm the kind of person who doesn't let old mistakes bother me. I'm the kind of person who, whatever it is that you need to do, right? And thank you guys for the hearts and even the weird comments. Yes, Jay, don't judge it. That's right, baby. I'm promising good alive, Jay. Hi, Yana. Good to see you. Good to see you. You know what? I appreciate the hearts. Even when people are teasing and trolling, it actually does help the algorithm. So it is what it is. I hope somebody gets something positive out of this. That is my goal. Okay, so we're gonna show your brain who you are now. By stepping into the scene anew and being the character that you decide that you are. Walk like it, embody it. And I want to point something out about how powerful your mind is. You can shift the energy in your body. You can shift your physiological results by changing your idea in your mind. People with dissociative identity disorder, DID. So they think they used to call that multiple personality disorder, but I believe it's called dissociative identity disorder. So people have, as a part of, I guess, a response to trauma, they have basically splintered into different personalities. And one personality isn't necessarily aware of the other personality. But what is fascinating about this is a function of the mind and the brain working together to try to survive life. And one of the identities could be full on diabetic, and the other identity will not be diabetic. Hello, somebody. Hello. How powerful is our mind? That's incredible. One of the personalities will be allergic to cats with hives and can't breathe, anaphylaxis and all of it. The other personality can hold and snuggle with a cat all day. How crazy is that? That is true stuff. So you can use your mind to affect not only your thoughts and your choices, but your actual physiology. Bruce Lipton wrote an iconic book called Biology of Belief. He talks about some of the mechanisms of that and all of it. So our first thing is we're going to recognize. Our second thing, we're going to recognize. The second is we're going to remind ourselves that we learned it and we can learn something new. Third step, we're going to refocus. We're going to show your brain who you are now. And step 4, we're going to reclaim that thought does not run me anymore. Hello, somebody. Ain't nobody running you. Ain't no thought going to be running you. So the thought is outdated. That belief is outdated. It doesn't fit me anymore. And I choose thoughts and identities that serve my freedom and expansion. Or I'm now a person who, whatever you decide, whatever you author for yourself. So I just wanted to let you know that is available. You can reclaim your main character energy. And if you never had main character energy, you can just pay enough attention to yourself, use these tools, download the link as soon as I have it put up after I load this, and just start going through the day, just deciding, and you can try it on. Like if you say, oh, you know what, today I want to be someone who is really health conscious. Today I want to be someone who is really loved and adored. Today I want to try on different aspects, try on different things. Today I'm a person who always puts myself first. And if it's hard for you to do that in certain relationships, just practice when you're not in those relationships. Just decide. I don't care how many times you did something different in the past. You can decide. You can just decide right now, oh, well, I need my hair done. I'm a person who takes care of myself. I'm a person who grooms myself. I'm a person who has sees beauty as a part of their dignity. And I'm just, I need this, I need that. That's what it is. The main character gets what they want. So that is my offering for today. I appreciate you for being here. Chroma, thank you for being here. Healthy Hair, Melanie, Scotty Love, Emo, everybody who is here, I appreciate you. Even you crazy trolls, I hope that you are able to create the kind of identity for yourself that has you being the kind of person that you want to be in your life as well. And I'm wishing you good luck, healthy habits. We're going to be here again next week, every Sunday, 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern. Thank you so much for the hearts, for the likes, all that. Oh my gosh, I wanted to tell y'all something else. I saw that we're in the 90s now subscriber-wise. Y'all, we're almost to triple digits. We're in 90-something subscribers. So if you know of anybody in your life that you think, hey, I want them to come join our health club. I want them to be part of our healthy community. Oh, Shelly, that's who I was trying to remember. Who's my other person? Who's the other person I want to shout out? So if you have somebody else that you want to bring in, just please do share the channel with them. And it's just something we do every week so that we can reestablish and reconnect with the fact that we are wonderful, magical, creative beings, and that we can choose to be healthier, and we can just decide to be who and how we want to be. So I love you all. Healthy Hair says main character vibes. Like the video. Yes, hit that like button. Mwah! Big kisses, and I will have that link in just a few minutes. I'm going to do it right now. Y'all take care and have a great day.